morning. My name is Leslie Williams. Today's date is June 1st, 2013. And I'm in San Diego. Hang on. I gotta prop up my video camera so I can be able to take this video without it falling down. Yeah. Alright, now did you hear gang stalk being said right after I put this video camera up there? Yes, it was. And what they're doing is they're using bicyclists to ride their bike by and say gang stalk in the middle of the... Listen. Now what they're also doing, because I've noticed how they're doing this along my routes, please hang on. See, what you got to understand is that these individuals are using electronic means to communicate with each other. Now, I have studied organized stalking and gang stalking on the internet since June 9, 2009, which was the day I discovered that what was happening to me was gang stalking. And as a result of this extensive research, I've been able to... Let me find something. I'll prop up my video camera. As a result of this extensive research, I've been able to cross-reference what I have found online to my experience. Okay. Now, first of all, I want to say that my name is Leslie Williams, and I am in San Diego, California. I'm currently hiking out. I'm trying... Yeah. Since the plane's going by, that would interfere with me being able to catch them. They go by every day. Now, I'm only going to spend a minute to make these particular statements concerning why, concerning these bicyclists and what they're doing. See, as a result of the experience of this happening to me now every single day in at least 3 states, California at least twice, okay, in 2 separate calendar years, well, actually in 4 calendar years now, because I was out here between 1 and 37 days in 2006. I hadn't been out in San Diego before when I came out here in 2006 for 1 and 37 days. The last time I had been in San Diego before that was in 1983-84 when I was out here as a military wife. I then left San Diego after being out here for between 1 and 37 days in 2006. I then left here and went back to Michigan and didn't come back to San Diego since 2006 until August 8, 2011. And I have literally been subject to organized stalking, gang stalking methods and tactics along all of my routes every single day, on top of being throughout the whole duration of everywhere I go, every single day, along all my routes, transportation routes, every business I go into, every public library I go into, and every university, everywhere I go, literally, throughout the entire duration of while I'm at each place that I go to. Now, make no mistake about it, even though that I make video files and I describe what's happening to me, for the most part, I'm not letting it bother me. I refuse to. Because, see, these individuals want to... Have you ever heard that expression, you can't see the forest because of the trees? Okay? Well, in these expeditions, what they want to purposely do is keep you mentally preoccupied. Listen. Or they'll say words that sound like gang stalking or gang stalk. Anyways, that was some more bicyclists that just went by, and I literally got a blog in my backpack right now by another individual who's talking about the same thing in reference to how they're repeating certain words and phrases along his route constantly, and then using words that sound like the words that they have him sensitized to. Now, anyway, so basically what they do is do nothing but make sure that you notice, okay, and experience harassment along everywhere you go, including this area, okay? Now, using these dumbasses to get along the sidewalk and engage in stupid behavior is their own choice. Whatever they choose to do with their day is their own prerogative. So I'm not even going to let them preoccupy my day concerning what they've done and what they're doing. And one of the ways that they know, you can go to Google and you can thoroughly investigate how they will set up audio and video surveillance in your home, your car, your apartment, and even in a motel room that they can illegally enter. If they can enter your home or your apartment, do you honestly think that they cannot enter your motel room? Okay? Your car. And they'll set up voice-activated recorders, little hidden digital tape recorders. They'll even hack into your cell phone and use the speaker that you talk into on your cell phone, hack into it and use it as a microphone. So if I'm making a video and right now, like I'm doing right now, and I've made numerous audio files, because sometimes when I'm here by myself, what I'll do is turn on my tape recorder and make statements in it in order to be able to keep a log about past events, current events, and predictions concerning what they might do. And if there is audio surveillance, or if my cell phone is hacked at this location, which I already know that I'm being gang stalked at this location, because they've had people go by on the sidewalk and literally flat out say gang stalk or gang stalking, and that's the same method that they're using along all my routes. To remind me that I'm a target of this crime, to keep me mentally preoccupied with concerning it, by literally getting around me and literally re-mentioning the name of it. Now, I already have undisputable proof online right now that I'm a target of this crime. And I'm not involved in any illegal activity whatsoever, okay, or criminal activity. I have made sure that I have not involved myself with anybody, or even introduced myself to anybody, except for the San Diego police, the specific university campus police officers, after incidences happened as a result of them being staged on university campuses, like them slashing my bike tires. Yes, yes. And where they used one student at USD to file a verbal complaint about me in order to make it appear that the USD police had a legitimate reason to approach me. It was a staged event. And these are the kinds of maneuvers and schemes that they engage in order to make it look like the banning of a target from a university or a public library is being done through the normal appearing means. Okay, because they're not going to be transparent about their covert deliberations concerning how they want to be able to literally eject a target from a public library or a university campus. Basically what they're doing is staging events in order they're framing the situation to frame the result. And let me give you an illustration concerning what I mean by that. This is an email right here concerning the UCSD San Diego Police, okay, UC San Diego Police Department, okay. And it's basically where you can contact them online concerning anything that you might have a complaint about or information concerning. And it was sent to them on June 13th, 2012 at 6:02 p.m. In this contact information, okay, my post office box was sent to them, but anonymous, okay? And my name was not mentioned, okay? A code word concerning who I am is mentioned, but this is not mentioning my name whatsoever. And it mentions in here about how this woman who's being gang stalked on their campus, including by staff and students, okay? It literally states here, will campus safety use any excuse to ban her from campus by using smoking, the excuse of smoking, coughing, supposedly coughing too loud, burping, listening to music too loud or videos too loud, bogus complaints that staff will corroborate in order to be able to make it appear that they have a legitimate reason to approach the target, to file reports about the target's conduct, or to use it as an excuse to ban me. Okay? Well, that's exactly what a North University San Diego Public Library branch manager attempted to do on March 6, 2013. Okay? He literally had the audacity to follow me out of the library and say, this isn't working. I go, what's not working? I go, you're burping. I go, we've had complaints about you burping and eating in our computer lab. And he goes, it's not going to work, and if you continue to do it, we're going to ask you to not come back. Now, when this happened, see, I was in their computer lab using their computers, and I was uploading videos, attempting to upload videos. So I had my USB connector connected into their computer. And as I was disconnecting it, I was standing up, disconnecting everything, and the computer lab has the wall that separates the computer lab from the rest of the library has glass. The whole wall is glass, practically, sections of glass. As a result, you can see through that glass from that computer lab what's going on in the rest of the library, or at least the section of the library, okay, that's directly on the other side of the glass, the wall that's got the glass in the wall. And I was literally being subject to organized stalking, gang stalking, anchored physical gestures that are directly connected to sensitization methods of organized stalking harassment, okay, by the branch manager, okay. So I bent over as I seen this occurring because it was staged for me to see, okay? Because what they do is engaging what's called crafted harassment. As I was seeing it and witnessing it, I literally bent over because I had a tape recorder running that was recording, because I have this recording at all times just in case something happens around me, okay? So it's attached to an undergarment on my chest with the microphone at the top, which means the microphone is always right below the neck collar, okay? So what I did was, when I seen him engaging in organized stalking gaslighting behaviors, which was anchored physical gestures for me to see, and that's their clever, covert way to make you feel harassed by constantly repeating certain words, phrases around a target that they sensitize you to, or physical gestures. And he was doing it deliberately because he was doing more than one. They'll sensitize you to specific physical gestures, like putting your finger to your mouth, doing this to your nose, going like this to your mouth, and just holding it there. And they'll sensitize you to it as a result of how often you experience it. These physical gestures, okay? Like this. And when they do more than one, like 3 or 4 right together, like doing this, okay? When they're doing that right together, just like I'm showing you right now, and they know that they know that you've been sensitized to these things because the manager of these expeditions made sure you got sensitized to them. Then they get around you and repeat them constantly for you to see every time you turn your head, okay? And they're communicating with each other in part by earbuds, okay, that are connected to the phones that are in their pocket or on their waist, okay? And they have them turned on. And basically what they're doing also is using surveillance in libraries and in stores on university campuses. And when these surveillance cameras are watching, when you go to get up, okay, when you go to get up and you got to walk out the door this way, they know you're going to be turning your head soon. So they use the earbuds and communicate with these people with the electronics they got on their waist and in their pocket with the earbuds attached to their ear, in order to be able to then, when they see me getting up, they place these people in my line of sight, so once I turn, I'll automatically see them engaging in it, in order to keep me mentally preoccupied about it. It's called crafted synchronized harassment. Staged, crafted, synchronized harassment. Because what they're trying to do is, every time you become sensitized to something, I've already made videos concerning sensitization, and basically what they do is they associate and anchor a physical gesture, a word, or a phrase as a trauma's happening, okay, in order to, so every time that you re-experience the physical gesture or the word or phrase, you're brought back to the memory of the trauma, which brings you right back into a disassociated state mentally, and will also excite the physiological responses that were felt as the trauma was occurring, because it's one neural network. It's psychological warfare. So basically, when I seen him do that, I bent over, covered up my mouth, bent my head over, and I said, I'm being gaslighted right now by the branch manager. Okay, and then I picked up my stuff, walked out of the room, and walked by where he was standing at his desk. And as I walked by him, he said, "Gang stalker," and I accidentally burped, so he followed me out of the library, and then said that if I keep burping and causing disturbances, that I'm going to be banned from the library. And this happened on March 2013 at the North University San Diego Public Library. And that's exactly what is stated in this email concerning what kind of excuses would be used by UCSD. Okay? Now, because I make sure that I keep my behavior appropriate for every environment that I'm going to. Every environment that I'm going to. But what they want to do is stage people there in that library to act as people that are just there using community services, and they are used to file a complaint, okay? Or be used as someone pretending that they have in the past, so when the branch manager comes out and says, we got all these complaints about you, they can back it up with the people they're using, okay? Because these people that they're using either are syndicated members or they're community members that are told lies about a target and they basically say we're trying to run this person out of our community because they're involved in criminal activity or illegal activity, when they're not at all. See, when a person has to move from place to place to place to place, when a person has to move from place to place to place to place as a result of having no resources to turn to get help, like the internet, which I'm using the libraries for, then I have to go to another library once I'm banned from one, in order to be able to make sure that I can keep my videos uploaded that are concerning current events and recent past events, okay? And in those videos, they're being exposed, and they know they're being exposed online because cyber monitoring and cyber surveillance is a method of organized stalking expeditions. So they know they're being exposed. They know that everything that I catch on this digital tape recorder concerning their harassment along my routes is being exposed. And they also know that this same harassment that I'm catching on this digital tape recorder is harassment that I predicted that I would experience, like say at 3 o'clock. When I leave this area, I predict what I'm going to experience along all my routes as a result of being subjected to the same methods along all my routes. So I'll make a video file, I'll show my picture of my cell phone which shows the date and time, and I'll state what I'm going to experience along my routes. Okay, then I leave here and go along my routes with this tape recorder running that runs by the date and the time. And if these things that I predict at this location come true, it'll show that I was stalked to these locations with this organized harassment around me, because they're stupid enough to continue to do it, okay? And that'll prove the tracking of me in order to put this synchronized crafted harassment around me, concerning me, overtly, for me to experience through my ears and my eyes as a result of the sensitization methods that are openly done towards me. Now, I can't catch physical gestures on a digital tape recorder, but I can catch the direct conversation methods, which I predict I'll hear before I leave this place in a video file. I then go along my routes, and if it's caught, this digital tape recorder picks it up at a later time on the same date. And if I'm taking a video picture of my phone here when I make the video prediction, it shows the date and the time. If it's caught later on in the same date, this will reflect a later time in the same date, which will prove that I was tracked to these places in order to put this organized harassment around me. And they know that what's been caught has been uploaded from this to video files and then uploaded to the internet, okay? And they know that they're being exposed. Now, what is the likelihood of me looking up, being in the computer lab room, okay, looking up, seeing the branch manager engage in organized stalking, gang stalking, gaslighting activities, which meant that he was engaged in sensitization harassment. I bend over and make a statement in my digital tape recorder, which is attached to my chest, covering up my mouth, and I made a discreet statement that I'm being gaslighted right now by the branch manager. Okay, I then walk out of the room and walk by him, and he says gang stalking, which is being said it can be said around me 50 times in one day, in specific ways. So what's the likelihood of him saying gang stalking once I walk out of that room and walk by him, along with 2 other people saying it in the background, if he didn't know, if he wasn't solicited to do this? Because gaslighting is a term that describes gang stalking methods. And they're getting along all my routes constantly and non-stop repeating gang stalking, gang stalker, oh my god, gang stalking, oh my god, gang stalker, gang stalking, oh my god, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalking, gang stalking, oh my god, repeatedly in that way everywhere I go. And it's literally been undisputably caught on audio files, and some of them were just uploaded yesterday, happening at UCSD, in their price center. Yes, 2 days ago, and it occurred on the 30th, okay? Like you would not believe, and every single thing that I predicted came true. Okay, because I predicted what I would experience, which was that at this location in a video file before I left this place to go where I was planning on going. Those are some squirrels. So I have here an email sent to a contact from UCSD, Police Department contact, reporting crimes, sent to them on June 13, 2012, stating I'm being subjected to gang stalking, but my name's not mentioned once. It says a learning disabled woman is being subjected to organized gang stalking on your campus, okay? It doesn't say me by name at all. So how did they know to get around me to engage in organized stalking, gang stalking, sensitization methods using the direct conversation tactic on their campus, in their Club Med? It was caught in the biomedical library. It's just those audio files haven't been uploaded yet. And at Price Center. on their shuttles. And the Price Center harassment, the shuttle harassment, okay, that was caught on audio file many times. I just uploaded one of the shuttle harassment, okay, that happened in the same exact way on November 6, 2012, that was caught at Club Med on March 16, 2013, and May 30th, 2013, just 3 days ago. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and the same exact harassment that has been caught on UCSD campus just in this last week was also caught at a McDonald's over by UTC, across the street from UTC Mall. The same exact, identical to a T harassment. And that harassment, which was experienced at the McDonald's, at the post office before I went to the McDonald's, on the bus route, okay, at Club Med, at Price Center, and at the Biomedical Library at SDSU and USD, has also been caught in the same exact identical way along all my routes, along all of my routes, every single day for the last year and a half, on the 28 bus route, at post offices, banks, restaurants, movie theaters, every single place that I have went to. I have right now in my possession over 550 audio files at least of the same exact identical type of harassment being expedited and utilized, okay, and done in the same exact literal way everywhere I go, which shows that I'm being stalked in real time in order to be able to, and tracked in real time, in order to place this organized stalking harassment around me everywhere I go. I even went out to Yucca Valley on December 6, 2012 up to December 14, 2012. Yucca Valley is 167 miles away from San Diego County. The same exact tactic was caught out there throughout the whole duration when I was out there, because I was stalked to there to implement the same harassment towards me once I got out there. And that was predicted as well. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I make these video files in order to inform, to expose the truth concerning the factual realities of these organized stalking harassment campaigns. And basically what I did is I also sent an online police report on February 21st, 2012 to the San Diego Police Department. They said they couldn't help me, okay? UCSD said they couldn't help me. And this was just recently sent to the State Attorney's Office, the Office of Attorney General. They are the only one to date that that's got my new phone number from my new phone. And when I was here just a few days ago, I attempted to call a radio show because they were covering the theme of that particular radio show was about government corruption and about how the government's violating our civil rights. I went to go call them. And I believe that I had about 29 minutes left on my cell phone. And I actually got through after multiple attempts, and I actually got through. And as I was talking to the screener of this radio show, my phone got shut off, and then 0.00 minutes appeared in reference to how many minutes I had available on my phone. And the only person that's got my phone number, okay, is the Office of the Attorney General, because it's a new phone. And they were literally just contacted by me, okay, about me being assaulted on the MTS bus, and then MTS sent me an altered video. Go to YouTube and type in "Learning to Save a Woman Brutally Assaulted on an MTS Bus," and how the District Attorney's Office and the San Diego Police would not and will not investigate the fact that I was assaulted by an individual who had engaged in gang stalking that morning right before the assault, and on that same bus route on previous occasions. And then MTS had the audacity to send me an altered video of the entire, they had the audacity to send a video that's only 2 minutes long. That video is altered like you would not believe. Go to YouTube and Google and type in "Learning to Save a Woman exposes how MTS assault video is altered." So basically, why is all this happening to me? Because I'm a military, federal, and state whistleblower about extreme crimes against humanity that have not only happened to me and family members of mine, okay, but also because of what I know, and you would not believe what I know, okay? And none of what I know is a result of anything that I have ever been involved in, okay? Anything that I have ever done, any choices that I ever made. It is because of where the aspirations that they had for me. So for some of